ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to do a tool review. Well, sort of a review. This is not going to be technical as far as like the foot-pounds of torque and all that good stuff. I'm just going to basically go through and give you my take on what is useful and what is not. Today's tools are going to be the Milwaukee line. Now, we can start with any of them, it doesn't matter, but today's video is sponsored by CBM Tools. They had some great, or have some great deals on their website, so if you want to check them out, and I will post it into the description of the video, but if you go to their website and you opt to buy something from them, if you put in Ralph's Auto, you'll get you another 10% off your order. So without further ado, so let's start talking about some of these tools. Now, y'all have seen at least the ones that watch the video, you know that I use the ratchets all the time. So straight up, I think the first one that I got was the 3/8. That one right here. Don't know what the model number is, but anyway, this is the older style, and these are all M12 tools, okay? So this is the older style with the older style head. Now, I've had this for quite some time. I use it all the time. Okay, it's been a good ratchet. Like I said, this is not going to be about torque. This is basically my take on what I use in my shop to do automotive work. Okay, so that one is definitely a tool that I use. We'll just go on down the line here. Matter of fact, this is a newer version of a 1/4" drive tool. This is the new head. The newer head, I should say. I like these ratchets. Everything on it always works. The switching back and forth is normally pretty easy. Just make sure that you don't pinch it in a spot where you can't get to the little lever anymore. Next up, I want to talk about this one. That is a long throw, what I'm going to call a long throw 1/4" drive ratchet. I use the far out of that thing. I mean, I use it all the time. It has saved me many a times. All right? So, another tool. All right, this is the long 3/8. Now, I want to tell you my opinion on this tool here. The downfall is right here. The head is just too big. I don't use this tool a lot. I find myself going to the 1/4" drive one, and actually the socket set going up to 15 millimeters. I use it all the time, like I said. So along came an order that I placed from CBM Tools. You know, I'll link it, like I said. So along came this one. This thing here is called the Insider. I'm going to talk about this thing for just a minute. This one came with the socket set. Some of them hollow, some of them are not. That's the set. Some of them are hollow, some of them are not. Got a 3/8, a 1/4", and this is a driver for your hex bits and stuff like that. Now, I have found myself using this thing here more than any other tool here lately. For a simple fact, this thing here gives me an additional reach. It is longer, whoop, wrong one. It is longer, well, put it in the same level. with the same size head. As you can see this, and I absolutely love this tool. For automotive work, this is great. This is a great addition. All right, so that being said, those are my ratchets. So let's move on to the impact. All right, everything here is M12. I don't need the M18. I use other impacts, but that's not here nor there. I want to make this the Milwaukee review, so we'll talk about these Milwaukee tools. There's no need in talking about the quality. The quality on these tools is definitely there. You know, I'm not going to sit there and tell you about the torque and this and that and how fast they are. At the end of the day, I want to talk about, is it something that I use? Is it something that works? So the 1/4" drive, I use it. I don't use this all the time. Of course, that said loosely, because obviously that I'm not going to use all these tools all the time. But anyhow, so that's the 1/4" drive. I don't use it a whole lot. I use it, but not a whole lot. On the other hand, this short 3/8, use it all the time. Excuse me. I had to get the phone, sorry about that. But anyway, this is the 3/8 flavor. Same tool, just a 3/8 drive, a little bit stronger. Use it all the time, like I said, works real good. Then I ended up getting this buffer. Now I use that on headlights and stuff like that, and it works great for that. It really is a good tool to do headlights and all that good stuff, to polish them up. So nothing more to be said. That's really the only use I get out of this particular tool here. So for that lineup, that's about it. Then we got this one right here. That's a right angle impact. Almost, to me, I'm not talking about you here, to me, this is almost a waste of money. I hardly ever use the tool. I thought I would like it, but the couple of times that I used it, I really did not like it. So I think that was, for me, a waste of money to buy this tool, because all it does now is lays around. And I'm not going to go into details on that one. It's just like I said, this is just a short review on the tools that I use all the time, the tools that make sense for me. And let me get you back a little bit. The tools that make sense for me, and it's whatever I deem is handy. So moving on. And that's basically this is going to be the end here, but anyway, 90 degree. This is the little die grinder. I use it for polishing. All right, let's talk a little bit about this tool. All right, obviously everybody knows in the automotive industry what we can use these tools for. You know, we can put a Scotch-Brite pad on it, we can buff some stuff up. However, the biggest drawback on that tool, and I know I've got that in some of the videos, it's not that I'm complaining about it, but I want you to be aware of the good and the bad of this tool. The great thing is, I got it laying in my toolbox, I can grab it, polish them up. You know, we all know they got 4 speeds. Ain't no need in me going through all that. There's plenty of full review videos on each individual tool out there, so I'm not going to sit there and go through all that. If you want torque specs and all that good stuff, at the end of the day, I want to know, is this tool usable? So I can go over here you know, and polish on my metal table. And does it do what it's supposed to do? Absolutely does. The downfall on this tool here is when you're inside the engine compartment in a small space, you won't fit this tool. A lot of places inside your engine compartment, this tool will not fit. Let me show you what I mean. This here is my little sew tool with a swivel air connector, so the air hose can basically go right by my hand going up this way. All right, so this is a much smaller tool, a much smaller tool. So this one will get into a much tighter place than what that Milwaukee ever thinks about doing. But this tool is handy. It's handy to have. Use it all the time. Now, I was planning on doing a couple of videos for CBM Tools, and the reason they sponsored the video is because they were nice enough to send me this one. That's the one I did not have. Okay, this is the straight die grinder. As you can see, I haven't even unboxed it yet, so let me go ahead and unbox it. I've never broken the seal on it. I've had it actually for quite some time. I just hadn't been able to do a video on it yet. So this is tool only. Of course, it's got your paperwork and all that good stuff with it. Got us a couple of wrenches here. We got us these wrenches. All right. There's a 1/2 and 11/16. So here we got 3 speeds, 10,000, 15,000, and 21,000 RPM. Same safety release they always give you. And what I want to know about this tool here, and that's the whole big deal of it, can it run a wire brush? So I'm gonna pause you up for just a second. I'm gonna prep this, get the wire brush off my other tool. No, as a matter of fact, let me show you this first. Pause you up for just a second. So anybody that knows anything is, I'm using industrial fittings in my shop. The industrial fittings have a smaller hole, so it chokes the tool down. So anybody that knows anything about air, water, hydraulics, they know that volume is key here. You know, volume is better than pressure. And no, I'm not going to debate that either. So there's a point to be made. This tool here is a beast. I mean, you see how that thing torques. So we cannot choke this tool down. This is me pushing. I mean, that's me putting the weight on it. Wires just went flying, but you don't bog this tool down, okay? That is about the same size as the Milwaukee in comparison. Now, I don't expect the Milwaukee to do the same thing. It's not going to torque like this. So let me pause you up. In my opinion, that would be an unfair comparison. If I would compare the air tool to this Milwaukee right here, and that is my opinion. Some people think that needs to be the same. I don't. So I do want to see what it's capable of. So won't put a big battery on it too. Batteries make a difference. Everybody knows that. No need in talking about it. No need in beating the horse here. So we'll put us the a bigger battery on there. Well, let's see what we got. Result speaks for itself. That's on a bigger wire wheel, hardly usable. Now, let me do it like this. Oh, you can't see nothing, can you? Whoa! So. So, does it do something? Yes, with a light contact it will. Oh, battery came undone. You have to use lighter contact, okay? That's about equivalent to the power of my little bitty old air one that I got. You know, my air dye grinder. That would be equivalent on the power. I don't know that the... That seems to be a little bit better when you... No. I take it back. It just doesn't seem to make a difference what RPM we're cranking. So it is what it is. Do I think this is going to be a useful tool as well? Absolutely. I'm not switching that brush back out. I'm going to use it as is. And also, you got your burrs, okay? You can use those on it. And of course, that being said, the bigger the diameter of whatever tool you're putting on it, the bigger that diameter, the more torque it will take to turn that tool. So a little burr would go straight through it. The reason I did this is because I'm aware of the fact that with this bigger brush head, it's going to choke it down that much more. So that's the reason why I opted to go that route. So what else is there? What else can we talk about? Well, as far as the tools are concerned, in the Milwaukee lineup, that's about it. That's all I got for you. I know that's not a very long video, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be interested in torque specs and what does it pull, what doesn't it do. I can give you one little tip. When you're using these tools, okay, when you get down on the trigger, don't have your socket on the fastener already. I can take the socket, put it in here, and then hit the trigger, put it on, and it'll torque pretty hard. I mean, it'll torque pretty hard. When you let off before the fastener gets to the end, when you let off, there's not a whole lot of torque. But if you keep it going, it actually torques quite a bit. I did a test one time on one of these tools, and I was actually a little bit surprised on how tight it got just from the impact. But anyway, like I said, that's neither here nor there. This is not what this review is about. This is about here in the shop, in my shop, the mechanic shop. These are the tools that I always use, you know. And I wanted to tell you the lineup on usability for me. So that's not, maybe not for other people, you know. Somebody else might say, well, I use this tool a lot more. That's fine, you know, that's to each their own. Everybody has their own opinions on stuff. I just wanted to bring you all along, show you what I use, and basically show you the new edition. And now we can talk a little bit about this tool man or these tool reseller here. I can't speak. CBM Tools, that is. So what has me impressed on that, their support was wicked awesome. I have to honestly say there was an issue with how do I put this the correct way? There was an issue with the shipping notification, and they're actually working on that. But the support is wicked awesome. I mean, they go after hours, and you know, hope that stays that way. They seem to be like really nice people. I just want to say that, you know, I always try to give credit where credit is due, and credit is due there. I was impressed. I mean, I sent the email off and I couldn't believe it. The email come right back. That was pretty impressive, to say the least. You just a lot of times you just don't get that. You know, a lot of times it takes 24 hours or so to receive an answer to something. It didn't for me, not with them. So once again, guys, if you go CBM Tool website and you find something you like, you want to buy, catch you an extra 10%, put Ralph Auto in there, or Ralph's Auto. I will link it up, and get you an extra 10%. You know, it is that time of year. Ladies, you know, Dad might need another tool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do what it is you do. Put some comments in the comment box, and head on over there, check them guys out. I think it's worth it. You know, they got some good deals. Check them out. Get you some 10% off. We'll see you on the next one.